want some sauce?
Scene 1, Apple, take 1.
What's up everybody, how's it going out there? We are going to be making chicken taquitos today, aka rolled tacos. What I've got here is some chicken breasts that I have cut thinly, and let me show you how I'm going to go about cutting this. And quite honestly, chicken thigh might be better for this because of the fat content. And also it's a little cheaper. But in this case, the breast was actually cheaper than thigh for whatever reason at the store. So in this particular case, if I were to take the chicken and I were to cut it like this, okay, that is going to give us one texture compared to if I ended up cutting the chicken like this. Okay? Even before I'm done cutting it, when I do it this direction, it almost falls apart. It doesn't look as neat of a cut. And in this case, I'm cutting it in the direction of the grain. Okay? So that would be cutting in the direction of the grain. This would be cutting opposed to the grain. And each one of them gives a little bit of a different texture. Okay? And I also want these to be very thin, so during the time that I'm cooking it, they cook quickly. Now let's make some seasoning for this. Now this is going to be ground chili powder. This is not the type of chili powder that you would have that's already got the cumin in it and the paprika and the garlic powder and all that stuff. Okay, this is just regular crushed chili, and then you can use California chili or you can use New Mexico. And I put maybe a tablespoon inside there. This is what's known as ground cumin. For some people the smell is a little off-putting, but this is an important flavor in such things. This is paprika, which is just really ground up red bell pepper. I'll put some of that inside there. Regular ground black pepper. I'm going to be putting a little bit of that inside here as well. This is garlic powder. This is onion powder. This right here is kosher salt. I'm going to put a little bit more. It might seem like a lot, but really isn't. Now if you want to make this a little spicy, you can add some cayenne pepper to this. But now we have this all mixed up, and this is basically going to end up being what we coat our chicken in. Okay? During the time that I'm doing this here, I have got some oil heating up in a frying pan. Now that I've got this mixed up, you're going to think this is a little strange. I'm going to add a touch of water to this. The water that I'm adding is going to actually do two things. It's going to help make sure that everything is coated. Okay. Also, when we fry this, it's going to create steam. And it's going to end up actually help cooking everything. It's going to help keep the chicken moist and not overcooked where it becomes dry. And also, it's going to help the tortilla, believe it or not, become crispy. And I'm using corn tortillas. We can't just start rolling these up, they're going to break. Okay? So what we have to do is we have to take these, put them in the microwave for maybe 20-30 seconds, and they'll become pliable. During the time that that's going on, we can go ahead and grate some cheese as well. And one more thing, because I'm cool like that, is I'm going to be actually putting a little bit of jalapeno inside this too, because my friend that I'm going to be making these for really likes spice. For most people, the pepper jack is going to have enough heat, and it makes it really mild and whatnot. These are also going to be cooked, so you don't, once again, you don't have to worry about the cross-contamination. I'm going to be doing a video in the near future about cross-contamination and how people overly worry about it because they're simply just not thinking. Okay, so we've got our handy-dandy tortillas. It's been put in the microwave. I usually will do a test to see. I'll usually do a test to see if they're going to break. This one still feels like it might end up breaking. I'm going to heat it up a little bit longer. Much better, much more pliable. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take a few pieces of chicken. We don't want to overly fill these guys, because if we do, it's just going to be horrendous. Okay, it won't get cooked all the way through. Now if you want to pre-cook your chicken, you can. And then that right there is enough chicken for one roll taco. There's no reason to overdo it. And if you're one of the people that like heat, you can put your jalapeno there, or whatever else you want. I'm going to actually give the guy, I'm actually going to end up giving the guy some habanero, but I'm not going to tell him about it. Because he's always like, oh, this is easy to eat, this is nothing, this isn't even spicy. I'll get him. We can grab it. One of the most important things is when you are rolling these, you roll them tightly, okay? So you kind of have to grab, kind of pull, and then roll up like this. Okay, this oil is really hot, so it's probably going to splash all over the place for the very first one, so stay clear. Alright, so we got the first half cooked. We'll flip it over. And by the way, if you use flour tortillas like this, you'll end up making flautas. But usually that's with beef or pork. And these have a tendency to accumulate a little oil, so when you take them out, basically let some of the oil kind of go like that, and then you're good. If you're having a hard time keeping the tortilla to stay in a certain position, use your taco turners or whatever you want to call them, your tongs, like this. And then you can actually literally move your hand away, and they'll hold it and they'll hold it in place like that. So after it cools off, you come in here and you can pull out the toothpick. At least you should be able to, but it kind of tightens around there pretty good. Because you don't want to feed somebody a toothpick. Or maybe you do. And a couple of the things that you can put on it that generally are a good idea are sour cream, cheese. A lot of times when you go to a restaurant they use the smaller grater because it looks nicer. Hey, but this is not the restaurant, you know. For me personally, I like it when it actually melts all over and it sticks to the whole thing, but other people not so much. Sour cream, guacamole, shredded lettuce.
Tomatoes.
Yeah, I was going to say tomatoes. All the other good stuff. Anyway, babe, you go ahead and try.
Oh,
it's probably a little warm. One of them has a strip of jalapeno in it.
Oh my god.
So it's going to be, and it's the dark one. I'm going to let you know right now.
This one?
Yeah, it's the darkest.
Well, I'm going to try. Well, this side's the hot, the last one.
The ones that I cooked, so those, yeah, those are going to be the hottest.
Okay, so I will turn it around. It smells really good. Oh, something sour cream I think overpowers. Takes away some of the flavor, you know?
Not on my shift.
Well, it's really good. Yum. Hear that crunch?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I haven't had a, what is a roll taco? What do you call these?
Taquito,
Taquitos, roll
yeah.
taco.
And the inside's cooked all the way, right?
Yeah, it has the chicken's really good, it has a good flavor.
And then it's, the cheese is still inside there, right?
Real good.
But anyway, guys,
the chicken's really tender.
Oh, it is?
Whoops.
But anyway, guys, that's that. And you can use beef, you can use pork, you can do whatever. And you can also pre-cook it if you want. You don't have to do it this way. But if you do pre-cook it, it's going to have a tendency to not be tender. It's going to be kind of tough and dry. So, anyway, that's it. Till next time, talk to you later.